welcome to another RSR. Tonight I'm recapping round 1 and predicting the round of 16 of the 2024 CONCACAF Champions Cup. Reacción de la primera ronda y predicciones de la octavos de final de la Concachampions de la CONCACAF. Let's go. We'll start with the recap of the round. And how many predictions did I get right? Of course, there were two parts of this. They played 5 matches in one group, then 6 matches in the other over a month. The month of February. And lots of fun. Preliminary round 4 finished first. Chivas, 5. Forge FC, 2. Chivas, 5. Forge FC, 2. Chivas wins. They were way better against Forge than I expected. I thought Forge had an outside chance, but Fernando Gago has Chivas playing hard, playing very, very well. And he definitely got Chivas to play what exactly they needed to play. K-Cal is him. I was wrong about this one. Had Forge going through. I felt an upset. Didn't happen. 0-1 on my predictions. And 0-1 in part 1. Yeah, we'll go with it that way. Preliminary round 7. Tigres, UANL 4. Vancouver Whitecaps FC 1. Tigres 4. Vancouver Whitecaps 1. Tigres moves on. Tigres again, the better side throughout this tie. The first leg, they didn't play so well at Starlight Stadium in Langford, British Columbia. Second leg, they go back to El Volcan and snap the Whitecaps in 2. What'd you expect? Right about this one, 1-1 in my predictions. 1 for 2 in my predictions and part 1. 1 for 2, 1-1, whatever way you want to say it. Preliminary round 3. Club America 3, Real Esteli FC 2, Club America 3, Real Esteli 2. America almost lost to Esteli. They really did. And frankly, it should have happened. Should have happened. They should have been down a man in the second leg at Estadio Azul. VAR overturned it. They looked at the wrong part of the foul that only made it a yellow. And America got the goals they needed. Or they had a goal they needed, then Esteli almost had that break. And then, of course, it didn't go the way it was supposed to. Or I wouldn't say supposed to, but the way they would wanted. America moves on 3-2 by the skin of their teeth. Not looking so good right now with Jardinet. They're on not a good position right now. But I was right about this one because I thought America would win and make it easy. But they didn't. But still, 2-1 on my predictions. 2 out of 3 on my predictions so far in the preliminary round. Preliminary round 2. Toluca FC 4. CS Herediano 4. Herediano advances on away goals. Toluca FC 4. Herediano 4. Herediano avanzar a la goals de visitar. Herediano got 1 goal at home, got 3 on the road. Toluca got 2 each. Herediano got so red hot as that game was going around. Once they got the first and Alexi Vega basically handed it off and they got the first one, they believed, we could turn this around. And they did. And Toluca never got the dagger and Herediano got 3 goals in 1 half and knocked out Toluca at home at Nemesio Diaz. It's the craziest thing I've ever seen. Well, it's CONCACAF. I've seen just as crazy, if not crazier. But you know what? Good job, Herediano. Good job. You all are rebuilding really well. Wrong about this one. I am 2-2. 2 for 4 on my predictions. But nobody would have expected what went down. So, it is what it is. Preliminary round 9. CF Monterrey, 7. Comunicaciones FC, 1. CF Monterrey, 7. Comunicaciones, 1. What else do I got to say besides Monterrey beat the hell out of Comunicaciones? Yeah, nothing else, really. I mean, that's it. That's it. They did. They did. Brandon Vasquez had a good couple of goals, and Monterrey slapped up Comunicaciones. Yeah, there you go. I was right about that one. So, round 1, part 1, I was 3 out of 5. 3 and 2. 3 out of 5. Moving on to the second group of preliminary round matches. Preliminary round 8, Orlando City SC 6, Calvary FC 1. Orlando City 6, Calvary FC 1. Calvary got a goal. Good for them. Other than that, Orlando stomped them. Duncan McGuire is amazing. Still amazing. The failed transfer did not break his mind. Good. Luis Muriel, he's ready to strike. Ladero still got gas in the tank. Torres, let's not forget about him. Orlando is for real. Calvary, thank you for coming, but it is what it is. All 3 Canadian teams out, by the way. I was right about this one. I had Orlando winning. They did. Which means 4 out of 6. 4 and 2, 4 out of 6 in my predictions. Preliminary round 1. Or actually, you know what? Here's how we're going to do it. Part 2, I'm 1-1 in part 2. We'll add it all together at the end, okay? But I gave you 1 there. I mean, if you're doing the math, you just heard 3 out of 5, so whatever. But we'll leave the total until the end. How about that? True total. Preliminary round 1. Philadelphia Union, 6. Deportivo Saprissa, 5. Philadelphia Union, 6. Deportivo Saprissa, 5. Philadelphia Union struggled to take out Saprissa. They did. They won 3-2 down in Costa Rica. They drew 3-3 at home after extra time. Got 6 goals on aggregate. Saprissa got 5. And damn, crazy game. Jakob Glesnes looks like crap. They need Andre Blake. Philly might just be hitting the wall. They might have wasted their whole era, their whole window. Their window might be slamming shut for Champions Cup and the MLS Cup. Hate to tell you, that might be true. Saprissa, tough as nails, just wasn't enough. But I was right. Philly still did go through, which when it went down, I kind of wanted them to lose after what they pulled because I was worried I wouldn't be able to watch St. Louis because of the extra time. But I was able to watch St. Louis, so all's well that ends well. 2-2. 2 for 2 on my preliminary round part 2 predictions. 2-0. Preliminary round 6. Houston Dynamo FC 2. St. Louis City SC 2. Houston advances on away goals. Houston Dynamo 2. St. Louis City SC 2. Houston Dynamo avanza a la away goals or goals de visitar. Houston Dynamo got 1 at home, 1 on the road. That was enough. St. Louis chose to park the bus on the road before scoring a goal. They got what they deserved. Let's be honest. They got what they deserved. They should have went for a goal, then parked the bus. But no, you did it oppositely. You got what you deserved. I was wrong about this one. 2 for 3. 2-3. 2 for 3 on my part 2 predictions. 2-1. There you go. Preliminary round 10. FC Cincinnati 6. Cavalier FC 0. FC Cincinnati 6. Cavalier FC 0. Again, ass kicking. Second leg, a lot more of an ass kicking than the first, with a weaker 11. Down in Jamaica, Cincinnati could only manage 2, and they barely managed 2, let's be honest. So, I mean, the scoreline's a little bit off-putting, but it's pretty much what happened. I was right about that one. 3 for 4, 3-1 on my part 2 predictions. Preliminary round 11, Nashville SC 7, Mocha FC 0, Nashville SC 6, Mocha FC 0. Another ass whipping. Simple. Nashville went and snapped them up. 3-0 and 4-0, respectively. Yeah, it was. It was 4, right? Yep. 3-0 on the road, 4-0 at home. No Hani Mukhtar in the second leg, by the way. Ajago, almost a hat trick. Schaffelberg got a goal. I say it's his goal. Yeah, simple. Mocha was just there to take part. You could tell. 4 for 5 in part 2, 4-1 in part 2. Finally, preliminary round 5. Round 1, 5. New England Revolution 4, Club Atlético Independientes 0. New England Revolution 4, Club Atlético Independiente 0. Independiente got caught out 5 times. Scored on 5. 4 of them counted. 1 of them was offside. That's pretty much the story of this tie. Independiente could have won if they didn't sell their best players. After Central American Cup, it just told them to sit down for 6 months and play Champions Cup. They might have won this tie. New England didn't look great. But no matter what, I was wrong. So, 4 for 6 in preliminary round 2, round 1, 2, part 2. 4-2 in part 2, which adds up to 7 out of 11. 7 of 11 in round 1. 7 and 4. So I got 2 wrong on each part. Not too bad, but it is what it is. Now, with that being said, let's move on to the predictions. 2024 CONCACAF Champions Cup round of 16 predictions. Concachampions de la CONCACAF. Octavos de final predicciones. Let's start. Round of 16, 1. CF Pachuca, Mexico versus Philadelphia Union of the USA. Pachuca is way better right now than I thought they would be, and Philly's a lot worse than I thought they would be. What that adds up to being is Pachuca's got a bye. They didn't have to play the first 2 games. Or first round. Philly did, but Pachuca's been playing league matches. They've been looking good. Hate to tell you, Pachuca's going to slap up Philly. They just are. I got Pachuca winning this tie. On my full bracket, it's Philly, because I didn't think Philly would be this bad, and I didn't realize how good Pachuca was. That's changed over the past month. So when it comes to my round of 16 predictions, straight up, I got Pachuca. So one of them will be right, one of them will be wrong, my full bracket or my round of 16 bracket. I reserve the right to change my predictions as I'm watching the tournament go. That's why I do these per round predictions. I reserve the right. As I said, Pachuca wins. Round of 16-2, SV Robin Hood of Suriname versus CS Herediano of Costa Rica. Robin Hood contra Herediano. For me, I got Robin Hood winning. Yeah, Herediano, you had an amazing comeback in the first round. Robin Hood's a good team. They still are a good team. They love playing against the odds. And Herediano, you're beatable. Just like Cavalier. Should they win? No. Am I going to have them win? Yes, because they love being the underdogs. Did you not see the Central or the Caribbean Cup? And y'all are beatable. I think they're going to do it. Robin Hood, they move on. SV Robin Hood to the quarterfinals. Round of 16-3, Club America of Mexico versus Chivas of Mexico. Club America contra Chivas. Super Clásico Mexico in CONCACAF Champions Cup. And for me, right now, Chivas looks like the better side. I think Fernando Gago has them playing very well. I think they're a tough team. I think they're a very good team. I think they're a team that are hard to beat, hard to not let score, hard to defend against. They're very well at defending as well. They will have Chicharito in this tie. They have Cade Cal. He should be starting. America doesn't look good right now. They don't. They look questionable. I think Chivas could get it done. Chivas goes on to the quarterfinals. Round of 16-4, El Diablo Valense of Costa Rica versus New England Revolution of the USA. El Diablo Valense contra New England Revolution. I got Alajuelense winning. I do, because the Revs are mid. It's the first year of the Caleb Porter plan. You're going to suck. You should have beat Independiente by more. Alajuelense is a tough team to play. You're in trouble. Suffice it to say, Alajuelense is going to shock y'all. Oh, by the way, second leg is in Costa Rica, by the way. That doesn't help your sake. I remember the last time you had a quarterfinal tie or a second round tie in your case, where you had to go away in the second leg and you had it all wrapped up, you thought. 2 years ago, Pumas. And nobody gave them a chance. They thought you were better. Just like people think you're better than Alajuelense right now, which is weird because you still had a clown show. But you know what? Whatever. Alajuelense moves on. So that's the left side of the bracket. Round of 16-5 to the right side of the bracket. Columbus Crew versus Houston Dynamo, both MLS clubs. Columbus Crew contra Houston Dynamo FC. I got the Columbus Crew winning. Why? They got the better players. They have the better coach. They've won an MLS Cup. Columbus Crew, I don't see no MLS Cup hangover. They're right back at it. They may have had their first ever 1-0 win under Wilfried Nancy last week, but you know what? They're still defending champions, and they still look like they're getting back to it. And hell, if it's a 1-0 win as your hangover, that's not a bad hangover at all. Columbus Crew wins. Round of 16-6, Tigres, UANL of Mexico versus Orlando City SC of the USA. Tigres contra Orlando City, a rematch of last year's round of 16. And, well, it's going to go the same way. Well, I wouldn't say exactly the same way. I think Orlando's going to get beat very much worse. But, here's the caveat. That still means Tigres wins. This won't be a 1-0 away goals loss. No, Orlando, you may be better right now, but you still have to merge together, meld together. Tigres are still playing well. And they have a lot of CONCACAF experience. Do I think Orlando has a better chance of winning this year than they did last year? Yes. Do I think that means they'll lose on away goals again? No. I think if they lose, they'll lose by more. And I'm still going to lean Tigres. Tie goes to the former champions. Tigres, they go on. Could I be wrong? Yes. Duncan McGuire and Luis Muriel have to prove me wrong. Point being. Round of 16-7. CF Monterrey of Mexico versus FC Cincinnati of the USA. CF Monterrey contra FC Cincinnati, the Brandon Vasquez Bowl. Brandon Vasquez is going to demolish his former club. Simple as, simple does. Brandon Vasquez will demolish his former club. Monterrey move on to the quarterfinals. Round of 16-8. Inter Miami CF versus Nashville SC of the USA. Inter Miami contra Nashville SC. A rematch of the Leagues Cup final last year over 2 legs. So there will be a game in Miami, the second leg. First leg is at Geodis Park. And for me, Miami, they can win when it matters. I think they will play these games like the biggest games they've played all year. And I think they're going to put everything into these games. And let's be honest, Miami and Messi, you get him into a game where he finds like it's the biggest of his year, he's going to play like it. You can't stop him. Over 2 legs, Miami is going to beat Nashville, and Miami moves on to the quarterfinals, which means my predicted quarterfinals. On the left side of the bracket, quarterfinal 1, CF Pachuca versus FC Robin Hood. CF Pachuca versus SV Robin Hood. Mexico versus Suriname. CF Pachuca contra SV Robin Hood. Quarterfinal 2, Chivas of Mexico versus LD Alajuelense of Costa Rica. Chivas contra Alajuelense on the left side of the bracket. Quarterfinal 3 on the right side. Columbus Crew of the USA versus Tigres UANL of Mexico. Columbus Crew contra Tigres UANL. And quarterfinal 4. CF Monterrey of Mexico versus Inter Miami CF of the USA. CF Monterrey contra Inter Miami. That is your predicted quarterfinals, and that looks pretty tasty. I'm not going to lie. Those look pretty tasty. With that being said, if you like this video, like it, share, subscribe. You know what it is. Tell your friends. Hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button. Hit that bell notification once subscribed. Send super chats on the live streams. Comment on this video. Put us to playlist. Share with friends and family. All that great stuff. I will see you tomorrow evening for a live watch along and review of St. Louis City SC versus NYCFC. So there you go. With that being said, of course, Toronto Revolution on Sunday. Revolution Toronto on Sunday afternoon as well. Live in RSR. So, pretty good weekend. With that being said, see you later. I'm Ryan and I'm out. Peace. See you.